Generally, the effect of military life has both like a positive and negative effect on our children. As we talk about the positives and the challenges, like one thing to remember throughout is that our children don't think the way we do. You know, there may be times when a family is struggling as a whole, and sometimes the parents might inadvertently minimize what the child's going through because they think we're all going through this together, and we don't give our kids the amount of empathy and understanding that they may need in that moment. The biggest challenge, though, is the frequent relocations. You know, moving, we change schools, we lose friendships. It's hard to get a sense of stability and adjust to new environments. And sometimes that leads to anxiety and loneliness and just difficulty in fostering like interpersonal relationships. But one of the biggest positive aspect of these relocations is we learn coping skills, we learn resiliency, we learn strength, we learn how to interact and become more sociable, more accepting of other people. And we also build a stronger bond with our family because we know that a lot of times our family is that constant that's going to stay in our life. Some of the more common mental health disorders experienced by military children, they include a myriad of the different anxiety disorders, depression, PTSD, adjustment disorders. Some of the more behavioral challenges might include oppositional defiance disorder, intermittent explosive disorder, substance use disorder, and other unsafe behaviors used by children and teens, and they use it to cope with stress, instability, and sometimes loneliness. There are a number of ways to foster strength and resiliency in military children. One of the key is family communication, where the adults in the family, they listen and they don't judge, and they empathize and try to understand what their child is going through. Relationships can grow and become more resilient within the family just by validating feelings, even if the parents don't understand where the feelings are coming from. One thing that is really helpful is for a family to develop coping skills and stress relieving activities that they can do together. Whether it be like set aside time for physical activity, games, something that normalizes family time, because as the challenges that a military family has, the military family is turbulence, that is its normalcy. So we need to kind of learn how to depend on each other and draw our strength from each other, because with a lot of the kids, the parents and the siblings are the only constant that they're going to have in their life for some time. The role of schools and educators in the civilian schools as well as military schools, they can foster a welcoming environment, for the newly transitioned military children by respecting their space, but also encouraging open communication so that the new kid doesn't begin to isolate. We all know that it's hard to be that new kid. The school can provide orientation sessions for both the child and the parents. And the schools, they play like a vital role. The educators, they're in that community, they're in that area for sometimes years and years. So they're very familiar with the resources that are available, and not just in the civilian world, but as well as on the military installations. And they can act as kind of almost as case management to help guide the family to resources when they need resources. Mental health treatment options for military children, I believe they should begin on the military installation programs. They have wide access, and they're knowledgeable not just to the mental health portion of any challenges, but also to what the families struggle with as a part of a military family. Most installations have organizations such as the National Military Family Association, Military OneSource, and they provide resources, programs, referrals. To actually ask for help is like really probably the hardest thing, but once we start accessing resources, we find more than just individual therapy and family therapy. There's artistic expression groups, there's animal assisted therapy. So there's just a plethora of things that can get a family kind of put back on the right track to where they need to be. But we just have to take that time to ask and start asking questions. The benefits of addressing challenges of military children, like even before there's an identified problem, can foster effective use of coping skills, acceptance, and being able to deal with adjustments and the challenges that we know we're going to face as a military family. Additionally, once we build those coping skills and we start using the resources that are available to us, we can look for better social connections with the kids and more academic success and a reduction in behavioral issues that could often lead to self-destructive behaviors. Additionally, better stress management outside of the home will also equate into better relationships inside the home as well.